Hi, I'm Mrs. Stine, science enrichment teacher, and I have some fun with science for you to do at home. So today we're going to make bubbles. So we're going to start this science investigation with a question. Our question is, how can we make bubbles with water? Have you ever tried making bubbles with just plain water? So I have some plain water here and in a cup with a straw, and I'm going to see if I can just make bubbles with just plain water. Let's see what happens. If you notice, I can make bubbles, but what happens to those bubbles? They don't last very long. They just break really fast. Why do the bubbles break? Well, it's because one of the properties of water, surface tension, is caused by the molecules in the surface of the water want to bond together, they want to cling together, and they form almost a skin on top of the water. And that's really demonstrated if you look at a drop of water. I'm going to use my straw as a pipette. You can get just a little drop of water. If you just submerge your straw in the water, put your finger on top of the straw, you trap a little bit of the water in the straw and put it on a surface. A plastic surface works really well for this. And I'm going to drop it onto the plastic. And if you look at it, if you're looking at it from the top, it just looks like a flat little drop. But if you look at it from the side, if you get down low and look at it from the side, you can see that the water actually has a little dome formed on it. That little dome is formed because those water molecules form a bond and create almost like a skin on top of the water. Surface tension, and they want to stick together. Well, how can we break up that surface tension so that our water is more elastic, more stretchy, and can stretch to form a bubble that will last? Well, it's really simple, and you can do it at home with what you have in the cupboards at home. You can just add soap, which is a polymer. And let's talk first about what is a polymer. So in elementary school, you learn usually about 3 states of matter, and I know you know them: solids, liquids, gas. And today we're going to talk about a 4th state of matter, a polymer. It's sometimes called a colloid. A polymer is different than water molecules. So a polymer molecule is different because they're large chain-like molecules. They're stretchy. And they're what makes rubber balls bounce and spandex stretch. They can even be added to fabric to make it stretchy. Without the spandex in this, which is a polymer, this would be tight and not as comfortable to wear and move around in. So today I'm going to show you how to make a super bubble recipe that adds 2 polymers to water to make it stretchy. So our recipe is 1 cup of water, a 1/3 cup dish soap. So I used this dish soap. You can use whatever you have at home. So 1 cup of water, just a plain cup, a 1/3 cup of dish soap, and the last ingredient, kind of my secret ingredient for super stretchy bubbles, is Karo syrup. But that's optional. You don't have to have it. Karo syrup is used in baking. Your mom might have it at home in the cupboard, so ask her, but don't run to the store for it because we're supposed to be staying at home. So if you don't have it, just use soap and water, just plain old water. So that's 1 cup of water to a 1/3 cup of dish soap. It doesn't have to be exact. And if you have it, add the corn syrup. And mix that up and have fun with bubbles. So a bubble is simply air wrapped in soap film. And the soap film is going to be stretchy because we've added a polymer. So I'm going to make some bubbles. I'm going to demonstrate for you. I'm going to have some fun with bubbles here. I have some pre-made bubble solution, super bubble solution. So I'm going to put some of that out. I'm going to put actually, you could use a spoon, you could use your straw. I usually use a straw. I don't know why I used a spoon. Now I'm going to have one more thing to wash. So, and it's helpful to add a little bit of water to the bubble solution. So again, I'm going to use it like a pipette. I'm going to just get a little bit of water, add it to the bubble solution. If you're doing it inside, you probably want to do it on a plate so it doesn't make a mess on the floor. At school, we did this right in the classroom on the desks, and it was pretty cool. It was pretty easy cleanup. If you can go outside and do it, probably even better yet. So let's see if I can make bubbles. Let's try it. There's a trick too to the bubbles. The trick is to making the bubbles is to blow into the straw so that it's not straight up and down. The air isn't trapped straight up and down. So you have to do it kind of at an angle. And some students get really good at this. You kind of have to practice. So it was good that you saw me not be able to make bubbles right at first, because it takes a little bit of patience and practice. Keep working. If you can't do it at first, keep trying. So let's try it. Oh, a bubble. Yay, Mrs. Stine. Oop, 2 bubbles. Oh, look at, they're getting bigger. And they're not popping. They have that polymer in there. The 2 polymers, Carol syrup and dish soap. Let's see if I can make 3. Ooh, 4. Oh, 5. Ooh, without even trying, 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Oh my gosh, look at those. Don't they look kind of like a honeycomb? See how they stay together? They conserve shape, so they share a wall. That's a whole nother science lesson. Mrs. McGuire said I only have 10 minutes or less, so we'll save that for another science lesson. Now, so I've made almost like a little honeycomb with a whole bunch of little bubbles, so have fun. I couldn't believe some of my students made 100 of them stick together. But one of the things I'd like you to try is, can you make a bubble inside of a bubble? Let's see, can we? So I'm gonna get, again, I'm gonna get a little bubble solution, put it inside. Oh, my bubbles popped. Oh, I'm gonna see if I can make a bubble in a bubble. So there's one bubble. The trick to this is the end of the straw has to be wet so that it can stick into there. Oh, it went inside. Let's see. Oh, there was a bubble in a bubble, but it quickly went out. I guess the solution, you'll be better at this, but I want you to try this at home. There's one. Oh, it quickly went to the outside. I think it might be the slippery plate surface. Look at that big bubble. Okay, I'm going to get a little bubble solution. See if I can poke it in there and make a bubble in a bubble. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see. Can you see the rainbow in the top of that bubble? That's another science lesson too, but that's pretty cool. You can actually see a rainbow. They're not totally transparent. Ooh. Well, that's enough bubbles for me today, but I want you to try this. I want you to try it at home. Remember, so simple, just some water and some dish soap, and if you have it, some corn syrup, and I want you to have fun with making bubbles. So I'll see you next year at Fitch Mountain. I can't wait to say hi to you.